Hello, my friends. Neil Bednar here, and I got to make this video. I just came in from work. It has been one hell of a day. I just caught the funniest thing, the most troubling, disturbing, I think, thing that I've seen on internet marketing for quite a long time. Hopefully, this video will shed some light. I don't intend to hurt anybody, but I just might. A young girl had evidently came into our team, and I don't know if this is her first time in internet marketing or network marketing, or I have no idea about her experience. But essentially she said that she would get help and she would get spillover, which is help basically. People put in your downline from her upline. She thought she was going to get all this help and massive spillover. And it's been a week now and she hasn't made any money, so she's ready to quit. Well, you know, I put on Facebook that I had so many authors. There were so many very good, very experienced marketers, and some of them quite new, with just some friendly advice. But that also commented on her comment, and it was the funniest damn thing I've seen in a long time. I only know of one way to answer this, and I only know of one way to tell you how I feel, because it's important for me to tell you how I feel. If you try anything, or let's say you buy into a network marketing company or an online marketing company or whatever, and you do your best for a week and you're ready to quit, well then it's nothing to feel bad about. You don't have I can't do it. You don't have I'm a failure. You don't have my sponsor lied. You don't have I didn't get the help. You don't have I don't have the tools. You don't have this is impossible. You don't have this is a scam. What you have is buyer's remorse. That's it. You bought something and now you feel bad about buying it. And that's all there is to it. It's sad. I just can't believe it. I just can't believe it that anybody would try something for a week and say that they've been wrong. I mean, you can't learn to play the guitar in a week. You can't learn to walk or talk or drive a car, or you can't read in a week. You can't do hardly anything in a damn week. You can't program your VCR or your DVD player in a week. I mean, it takes that long to learn how to use a new remote control. It is the most ridiculous thing that I just can't get over it. Like I said, there was a lot of people that offered this girl a lot of advice, and I am reminded of some of the most profound advice that I've received from some mentors of mine and different trainers and leaders and people that I've studied with and works that I've studied on, from going way back to, well, heck, recently, say Brandon Burchard or Richard Branson or somebody like Ray Higdon or the Unstoppable family, people like David Wood, people like our leaders here at Ingresso Cybernetico, Dwayne Golden, John Gallardi, Alfredo Delgado, all the way down to just regular people who do regular things that have taught me through the years some very, very valuable lessons. And there's two that really stand out, and I wanted to share them. One is that if you make a decision that is the opposite, I guess the way to say it is, I'll try to recite the way it was taught to me. And that is, a decision is almost like the opposite of an incision. If you make an incision, you cut into your body. If you make a decision, you cut away from your body. That means if you make a decision, you cut away all other options. There's no reason for failure in this business. If you decide to succeed, just like everybody else who posts checks or posts pictures of success or walk across stage. If they can do it, you can do it. The only difference is they decided to do it and you have yet to decide to do it. That's all. Maybe they started before you and that's why they're walking across stage. But there's no way that they could do it unless they make a decision. So until you cut away all other options, until there is no failure in your vocabulary, there is no doubt that you can do it. If one person can do it, another person can do it. That's just human nature. I mean, yes, I may never be a ballerina and I may never be an astronaut, but it doesn't mean that I didn't have the same chances as somebody else did. I could have done it at one time. It was possible. If one human can do it, another human can probably do it. So if you make a decision, and this is, I think I heard that from Myron Golden recently. That's where I heard that, from Myron Golden. And he has a book called From the Trash Man to the Cash Man. You want to read his book. But that's the simplest way to say it. If you make a decision, you cut away all other options. The second, and you'll probably hear this story soon, I heard it years ago. There was an interview that Darren Hardy, the editor of Success Magazine, did with a guy named Louis Zamperini. He was a World War II vet. He was an Olympic runner. He was many, many things, a POW. He had a very, very interesting life. He was an Olympic runner. Like I said, he was shot down in World War II, and he survived 57 days at sea in a life raft with no food and water. They caught the birds that flew by, the albatross, I think they were called. They reached into the water, pulled out sharks, and ate their liver, because back in the old days, they made vitamins out of shark liver. And that was really all that they could stomach, was the livers. So for 57 days, they survive at sea. Then they get captured by the Japanese, and they're put in a POW camp and tortured for 2 years. So at the end of this interview, after telling this horrific story and this incredible story of survival and human will to persevere, he sums everything up. And he says, if you make a decision, a commitment to yourself, and you go back on that, then you have no self-respect. It's that simple. If you make a promise to yourself and you can't keep it, then you don't have very many other problems. You have a self-respect problem. You have a problem with the person that you think you are, the person that you believe you to be. And that's it in a nutshell. So hearing the story of this girl, it saddens me, because I mean, I named my fan page More Grit Than Quit. This is an industry of personal growth. I mean, yes, you see people have phenomenal success, but you see more people struggle. And that's the beauty of it. To me, it's like Rocky said, it's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you get up. That's what makes this industry. That's the way it makes people better. So it's just sad to see that somebody is at that stage in their life or at that level of self-respect. But it also struck me as odd that some of the answers to or replies to her comment were very, very, very good advice. Even some of them were, you should quit. This isn't your business. And but they were not very well received, and it didn't seem like the best interest of the person was considered. But I know that it was. I've been on both sides. I've struggled, and I've tried, and I've met with failure and some success. I mean, I've been in this industry for 3 years. I set high goals, but I don't always hit them. So I've had my share of both. But I don't know, it's just the hardest thing for me to look at and see somebody who can say, I tried for a week and it doesn't work, I give up. Well, this is kind of the way I look at it. I like to bring people into this industry. I like to show them what's possible. I want to sponsor people into my team and watch my team grow. But if that's the way you make a decision, and if that's the way you make a commitment to yourself, I don't want you on my team. I don't want you on anybody's team. I want you to get a job. I would encourage you. I would help you find a job. But understand that being an entrepreneur, being especially in network marketing, that you're going to have to get a thick skin. You're going to have to understand that you got to learn some skills. You have to understand that when people say no, they're not saying no to you, they're saying no to the opportunity. You have to understand that just because one person does something and they're successful and you do the same thing and you're not successful, then something's missing. It's not them and you. There's an ingredient that's missing. There's a step that was skipped. It's not rocket science. If you duplicate success, you will have success. That is true, but you have to duplicate it exactly. And it's just the funniest thing. I'm sorry, I might be going on a rant here, but I wanted to make that video. I hope it sheds some light for you and your story, no matter where you're at. You have to, like I said, I named my fan page More Grit Than Quit. You have to have a little bit more resolve than you have quit in you. Plain and simple. You have to have more will than you have skill. Until you develop those skills, you have to rely on you have to persevere. You have to rely on your gut and your grit to carry you through, because it is a fact that it's not easier, but it is definitely better. When you build yourself up, when you build a business with your hands, when you nurture people and coach them to success, you will be happier than you can ever imagine. So I'm going to leave it at that. I wish you all the best. God bless. I hope you have a great night. Bye-bye.